Assalamu alaikum, guys. How are you? I've got a special guest today. She's laughing in the corner. I don't know why she's laughing. Nothing's funny.
Well, I just
no laughing in the mic. Anyways, do you want to introduce yourself or shall I? I'm going to get wrong anyways.
You're going to butcher it. It's fine.
Go on. It's my love language.
Okay,
go on.
Okay, so assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Tasneem or
Tasneem.
Tess. She says it wrong.
It's
Don't
fine.
listen to her.
It's fine.
I don't care if you're the host of this. This is my name. Say it right.
I've got my first ever guest, guys.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm so honoured. Yeah, thank you for having me.
You actually deserve to be here. I feel like you've been such an important person in my life. You've
stop.
seen me.
You're gonna make me cry.
No, we can't cry today. Today
No.
is happy vibes. You see me go for a lot, so you've kind of know.
Same here. Yeah,
I know.
It's true.
We've always been there for each other. So you've introduced yourself. So do you want to tell people what you do?
Yes, so I am a teacher. You're so funny. Not qualified yet. Inshallah.
Inshallah one day.
Following year. So I am currently working as an unqualified science teacher. Me and Salma met through this, which we'll get into the story.
Yeah.
I was working at this school since last September.
Okay.
And it's an all-boys school in Lewisham. And I started...
Get her. That's all I gotta say.
No, but even then, it's like it's not as bad as some other schools in the area.
Not.
It's mental. It's actually okay.
It's not.
Crazy.
And we're gonna get into that. Yeah. So do you want to tell people how we met and what was your first impression of me? Be honest though.
Oh no, I know my first impression.
Talk afterwards.
I still remember it. Like
still remember it? Go ahead.
It was yesterday. It's crazy.
Tell them.
So
you're so beautiful, girl. Go
on. No. So me and Salma first met. Oh my god, this was October. I want to say it was either the 5th or the 6th of October, which is mental. I remember the day and everything.
Oh my god, you're my man.
Love your life.
Guys, I told you, I've got hella man. I'm joking. Actually, you cut that out. We're going.
What was it? Leave that for later. Oh my god. I remember it was like early October and I'd only been at the school for like a month, and I know that there was like PGCE trainees that were, at the school, obviously on your first placement, and I was just very much I'm not getting into too much, but basically I was very isolated, doing my own thing, didn't get the support again. More on that with the training program that I was on, and then the department. And Salma comes in one day and she just opens up. Hi guys! She's like, hi sis, how are you? I was like, who is this and what is this energy?
A lot of people have an issue with me. Most people that I've met in life, they've always had an issue with how I am and personality-wise.
I really don't see why.
It intimidates them. I've literally had managers say to me, your personality is a bit much. Can you tone it down? Growing up, growing up, people have always told me it's a bit much. It's only 7. I don't care if it's 7, 8. Babe, we got so much to be blessed about and happy about. But go on. Sorry.
But so anyway, so she comes in, big energy, good vibes and everything. I was like, who is this? I've never met her before. So she comes in, starts chatting, and then it's just weird. It's like we clicked straight away, and I was like, wow.
I think we clicked. We don't need to get into it.
No.
Maybe one day we'll talk about a different scenario. I don't think I'll talk about it in detail, but my good sis was going through a situation that I just came out of, and did we trauma bond?
I feel like there was an element. Oh no, because
we trauma bonded.
That was the biggest concern for me, because it's like when that came up, I was like, oh wow. And then there was also other situations, that we'll maybe not get into, but we'll see. I feel like, and I was like, there's so much shared experiences, almost scary. It was scary, trauma bond level, and I was like, oh no. So I'll be honest, like when it was those first couple of weeks of meeting you, I was a bit like hesitant. Worried. I was hesitant. I see that. I was very overwhelmed, and I thought, oh, I don't know about this. But it's like, I mean, I have this with all my friendships generally. There is a level of, I want to say like low maintenance distance, because that keeps it healthy. Because if you're constantly in each other's like space, faces, everything, like if it was like a school kind of vibe or a uni vibe, it's not healthy.
You need boundaries. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, everyone needs boundaries. Everyone needs space. There's nothing wrong with that. It's very normal to have, and it's very good to have too. But then also there's also the balance of making sure that you still lean on the people when you need them, have that support. If you need to reach out, make sure you feel like you can, and that's where you can have that shared,
of course,
experience. It's reciprocal. Like as long as it goes both ways, I think that's the most important.
I think we need to talk about friendry. told you I'm dyslexic. We need to talk about friendship one day. That's a big topic itself. But the reason why I was so hesitant to tell you the truth is because, babe, I just met you. But then you're going through what I'm going through. And it's difficult to see someone you care about, which I just met. But I've just got this big heart sometimes. When I see people that are going through stuff, I feel their pain. And my friend always told me, Salma, you're an empath, which is a good thing and a bad thing. Because you take on people's struggle, but there's no limit. So, like, I couldn't tell you, everything's going to be fine. Just stay in that situation. I had to be honest and be like, yeah, sis, you got to wrap it up. And you said, no, this. You kept, like, defending the situation, which I understood, like, there's history behind it. But I'm a girl's girl. I can't watch another girl be in a situation that is going to jeopardize her and her mental health. And you deserve better.
Love you for
and
that.
Also,
and I did. I really did.
You really did. And I'm glad we both got out of our situation. And many more.
Yeah.
Let me tell you my first impression of you. Obviously,
I've never heard this one actually.
You know, I only got good things to say about my girl.
I know you do, but like, it's interesting.
Given the circumstances that we were in, a lot of the people don't know, but I came into an environment where Tasneem. It's been years, guys. It's not going to change.
Go on.
There was a certain perception that was based about you that you're not this and you're not that and you're not good. First of all, I don't like people telling me what to do.
Hate that.
Don't ever in your entire life tell me what to do. Don't tell me who to hang out with. Don't tell me who to be friends with. And I felt like it was like everyone was kind of against her and I didn't like that. And then every time they saw me like comforting you, talking to you, supporting you, they're like, you can't go to her no more. You can't be friends with her no more. You can't go into her class. It was like Mean Girls and it's embarrassing.
It's literally high school.
There were like big people in their big 40, 50 telling me who I can and cannot be friends with. I looked at them like, who are you? But obviously you can't say that you got to be professional, but I still did what I wanted to do.
Exactly.
And they tried to put boundaries between us. But I'm not going to lie, I saw you as confident. I saw you as happy, positive. Guys, I need to say something about my girl. She can dress.
Oh my God, stop.
You know how... What's that film? Devil Wears Prada. That's Tasneem. Every single day, new hijab style, new jewelry, new earrings. I said, girl, didn't I tell you we need to go shopping one day? Because even right now, guys, she looks like a princess. And I came here looking basic. But anyways, you look beautiful. But what I'm trying to say is that I feel like your confidence like puts people off. And like you wear your heart on your sleeve just like me. So they know that you're caring and all of that. And you got a big heart and people will try and get to you. So I feel like we need to find a way to protect our heart and give it to people that deserve it. But I don't think you should ever stop being yourself. You're always happy, you're always bubbly, but you need to understand like unhappy people and depressed people and negative people will never gravitate towards us. They just don't like us, babe, and we got to accept it. So I feel like they kept trying to change you and kept trying to control me. And it was the thing of like, Salma, you got to pick one. Like either stay in this environment that's going to kill you or have a friendship. And I took the friendship and they didn't like it. They had an issue with it. But for me, it's like, I'm going to leave tomorrow and I'm not going to know you guys. So guys, if you're in a situation like that where you're in an environment where people are just making you feel like you can't talk to people or limiting you, tell them to bug off in the nicest way possible.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that's... I think with the whole way that we met, it was... We knew that in that situation, it's like we're at the same kind of level or we have some similarities. Yeah. So it's like... I wasn't finding that in a single person in this school.
Yeah, I
still
that.
Don't to this day, except for one girl. Love my girl Shona, shout out.
Yeah.
She asks about you as well. Sometimes she's like, how's lovely.
Salma? No, it is. Energy is such a big thing to me, and I could tell you just had a pure soul and you were genuine.
No, you're so sweet.
And there was just like such a dark cloud around you because of them people, and they were trying to bring you down. And I felt like I was trying to be in your corner and fight it.
You were,
and it even got to a point where like they not try to put us against each other, but like
they tried to create distance.
I was trying to help you so much to a point where maybe low-key I was jeopardizing myself and putting myself in a situation where they could come for me, but I didn't care because I wanted you to be okay. But they kept telling me, you can't save her, you can't help her, you gotta let her drown, she gotta figure out her own mistakes, you ain't this for her, and I got to a point where it was like, I don't care. And then you even came and told me and said, Salma, I appreciate everything, but I gotta fight my own battles. And that's kind of when I took a step back. But then that's because there was a boundary there. But like I said, I can't see someone like drown and just watch it. Like you're drowning and these people are coming for you. I'm gonna try to save you even if it ends up hurting me. But at the end of the day, we went through way more situation and I'm just happy I went through our gut. I'm happy That's stuck to my gut instincts. So I don't care. Bond them people.
No, the
miserable people. You know, I delete their number. Don't chat to me.
Why?
I don't even
need keep it.
No, because I don't like negative people on my phone. I don't like having you on there. I don't need
wrong
you.
With getting rid of contacts. Like, please, why are there some people I know? They're like, I've got 300 people on my phone. I'm like, is that a flex? That's so weird. You don't even talk to any of them.
It's embarrassing.
That's very strange.
Boundaries. People pleaser.
Yeah. Literally. But yeah, running back to what you were saying before about obviously when we first met and all that kind of stuff, it was so there was that worry from my end about feeling overwhelmed, and I was like, oh, the trauma bonding and stuff like that. And then also when you did help me out of that said situation at the time, it was interesting because when you said that, I don't know why,
it clicked
to me. Like,
that's because I told you every single thing I wanted to hear.
I know, but you know what's also crazy? It's not that you were the first person to tell me. You were the last person to tell me, and then I took action and like finally was like, it's done, because I had my friends who I live with, my flatmates.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them. Love them.
They helped me out too.
Yeah, they did.
Nah, I love
like
them.
You know, they said it to me. I had a couple other friends and everything. But then you came into my life. I'd known you for 2 days, and I was like, this girl's saying this now, and then there's people obviously in my life that advise and stuff. I was like, this is it. So that's when I knew what I needed to do in that situation, and then also on top of that, it was. I remember the following week. The following week after that, and we were still obviously getting to know each other, we're friends, whatever. And you then started speaking to me about how to be as a teacher, how to stimulate enthusiasm, be engaging, all these other things. We're going to
talk about that. Yeah.
Some like, when I tell you, it's like, that was another click in my brain.
Yeah.
And I had a crash out. I had an identity crisis for a whole day. That's why I took a day off work. This is insane.
Why?
I'm talking about this.
Rewind. What happened?
Because like when you said to me about like, this is how obviously being like with the kids and this and that's how you teach them everything, I was doing everything and being everything that they wanted me to
that's
be.
The issue.
Purely because they were my mentors. They're like the colleagues that are in charge of me getting my qualifications. They're the ones that are in charge, all these other things. And automatically I'm going to assume, I trust you with what you're saying. Yeah, you know more, whatever it is.
But what works for them doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Me. And you had this mask on.
It felt so like unsettling. It didn't feel like me, and I knew I wasn't being authentic, and I knew it wasn't me being myself, because I know I'm different. I express myself, like you're saying, with the way that I dress. It'll be the way that I talk, or how I communicate with other people.
Because we got banter and we got personality.
Exactly.
And obviously their older age group, they don't have that connection with this generation.
Exactly.
So you were trying to put that into your teaching, 100%. And they had an issue with it.
Yeah.
And I just didn't understand.
Push it down immediately.
That's because people see something in you that they don't see in themselves, or they want in themselves, so they'll try and put you down.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get into... Actually, I want to know, what's your impression about this podcast? Like, what do you think? Before we get into teaching.
I love this.
Really?
Because, you know what? Yeah. Because it's obviously, I've really gotten into podcasts within the past few months and everything, and I listened to ones on there's some really great like Muslim girlies that are doing it in Australia, America. I've heard this one. I think she's in like Manchester somewhere.
The one that you sent me was banging.
That's her.
Yeah, I had a little cry session over there.
Yeah. No, but the mindset of that, like when I first came across the podcast, I was like, this is brilliant. I forgot the name of it.
Yeah.
Her name's Kaynet though. Shout out.
I know what it is. It's called All World Affairs, something like that.
All Worldly Affairs, I don't know.
Something like that. But it was talking about singlehood and marriage and expectation. We're gonna talk about singlehood one day, because I feel like there's a lot of stigma, especially for young Muslim women, which I have an issue with, because how come it's okay for young Muslim men to be living their life doing what they want to do,
until they're like 30,
but if a girl ain't married by the age of 25, she's expired. First of all, that term is disgusting. You should be embarrassed.
And also it's like, you need to hurry up, you're running out of time. Running out of time for what?
They don't know biology. They don't know biology.
But I'll be honest.
Are you dumb?
No, but I've been reading on this
I'm expired.
very recently.
No, don't.
Very recently. No. I promise you, on a biological level.
We're gonna fight.
No.
We're gonna fight.
It's true.
The South in me is gonna come out today.
Because this is what's insane. So, a couple facts, but this is the biggest one that stuck out to me. I was like, oh my God. By the time we're 30 years old, over 90% of our eggs are out of our system.
Okay, that's great.
And that's even before your period starts.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So, I'm just saying, on a biological level.
That's science. That's science, but there's something called Qadar Allah. everything's written.
Obviously, it's
like you're not expired. That's
but the
a term.
Percentages all that comes up. No, they're talking
milk
about
is
not
expired.
Just,
we're not an item. We're not a food.
Yeah,
we're human
that's
beings.
Objectification. 100%.
Treat us with dignity and respect. But anyways, guys, sorry we went on a waffle. We could talk forever. And thank you guys for listening. Like, comment, share, subscribe. It feels so weird saying that, you know.
You feel like a proper influencer, YouTuber, podcaster.